Ruben Amorim, the manager of Manchester United, as he prepares to play his second game for Manchester United, all with Man United at Old Trafford, he has come up and obviously gotten a very huge boost of Lisandro Martinez, as he has confirmed that Lisandro Martinez is in contention to obviously be part of the squad that is going to be playing against Bodo Glimt today. But apart from that, there is another double injury bust of Harry Maguire and Yoro. They are really training, but the manager is like, they are not ready to obviously take part into any competitive game. So smash the like button, comment and share. If you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss certain stories that we do upload in here on a daily. And as it stands, it's really very important to note that the side of Manchester United is really working tooth and nail, and I'm really going to be showing you how they really trained their last charge for the training as they prepared to take on Bodo Glimt. Now, Ruben Amorim obviously came up and obviously had something to say, and I really loved this about Lisandro Martinez because there are stories that came up from the people around Manchester United that that Lisandro Martinez was going to be out for 3 to 2 weeks. And guess what? He missed out on the game of the weekend, and he is back just 3 days later, meaning that there is no leakages at Manchester United. And I've liked that media cannot obviously access information about Manchester United, and I'm really very, very, very intrigued with that into the mix. Now, what did Ruben Amorim have to say? He said, Lisandro Martinez hasn't stopped playing for too long, so he's ready. The situation is different with Harry Maguire. We need both of them, but they're in a different situation. They are both training, and Harry will be back soon. So, Lisandro Martinez has not been out for long. Remember, he last kicked a ball when you're playing against Leicester City at Old Trafford in that game that ended 3-0, that saw Ruud van Nistelrooy leave the club of Manchester United as a hero. 4 games, 3 wins and 1 draw. That's what he really came up with, and it was really very important to note about it. So that is Lisandro Martinez. And when the manager says that he has not gone ahead obviously take long, he hasn't gone ahead obviously take long to really be away, that means he's really in contention to obviously come up and obviously be part of the team of Manchester United. And this really changes a little bit of that squad, and that puts the manager into a very calling situation, or really trying situation, or a very tricky situation. Because if you're really having Luke Shaw back, Tarela Malacia back, you're having Dalot and Mazarawi, that means you can't play Diego Dalot as a left wing back when he is really right-footed. All you have to do is to play him as a right wing back. You get Luke Shaw to be played as a left wing back. Then Lisandro Martinez obviously partner up with Matthias de Ligt, Mazarawi, and all right, those two. You get, so our back three might be Lisandro Martinez, Matthias de Ligt, and Mazarawi. You understand? And I think the manager has to make a decision that is really bold. Get Amadi Diallo and Bruno Fernandes to play behind Rasmus Højlund, period. That should be our front three. But I don't think that he has the balls to make that decision, because players like Marcus Rashford, Alejandro Garnacho will obviously put in a very huge egoistic look. Like, why are you not really playing me? And we also have what we call player FC. We have people that believe in Marcus Rashford. You understand? We have those people that really believe in Marcus Rashford, and they feel that he should obviously come up and obviously be doing the due needful. So I don't know how he's really going to really deal with it. He obviously played Marcus Rashford and he led the line, but we all know to it that the guy known as Rasmus Højlund is the best number 9 that we're really having at the club of Manchester United alive. So that is it coming in through from Lisandro Martinez, and we are waiting to see whether he's really going to be part of the starting 11. For the squad, it's confirmed he's really going to be part of the squad, but is he going to start? Yes or no? And I've already told you the importance of having Lisandro Martinez in this system of Ruben Amorim, because he is one of the best technically gifted players who play well from the back. And in that system, you need to be having defenders that can obviously go ahead and obviously spread that ball through the central axis or spread it towards the wide or the out wide areas of the pitch. And that's what Lisandro Martinez really gets you when he's really playing. His press resistance is really great. And for Luke Shaw to be into that left wing back, it is really one of those moments that you have to be very excited about, as time is really running out for us to play Arsenal, because today is Thursday, meaning that you're left with 6 days to play Arsenal, because next week Wednesday we are playing Arsenal. You need all your big guns back. And if you are Ruben Amorim, you would love to obviously use this game of football to obviously see to it that every player really gets in minutes. And as we prepare to play against Everton on Sunday, we have to obviously find ourselves in a position of really having the best of the best lineup. Like the lineup he's really going to be playing against Everton will be the one he would want to play against Arsenal. And guys, look out for that starting 11 that Ruben Amorim is really going to be playing or bringing on, you know, into that encounter. You get into that encounter of Everton versus Manchester United, right? Because he will be trying to see to it that they obviously master that system, to see to it that we are not really annihilated and destroyed at the Emirates Stadium next Wednesday. So, after that, he came up and talked about Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire is back, and Harry Maguire being back, he's really one of those people or players that has gonna hit obviously put in a very big shift, you know, and that big shift has seen him return into the training session of Manchester United. But the manager is like, he can't be ready for the game of Bodo Glimt, and he needs to get him some time. Maybe he will be part of the team that will play against Everton. Remember, in the system that this manager plays, in the system that the manager plays, he needs to be having very many defenders. And Mazzaro is being played as a central defender because we are not having enough central defenders. But Yoro, Harry Maguire, if they joined Lisandro Martinez, Glimt, Evans, and Lisandro Martinez, all will be okay for the manager, and rotation will be really called for the best of this side of Manchester United. So Harry Maguire is not going to be part of the squad, but what he's really going to be doing is simple. He's going to obviously be pushing to obviously be in the squad of Manchester United, meaning that if our ideal starting 11, back three is Glimt, Yoro, and Lisandro Martinez. Those are three. That means on the bench we should be having Maguire, Lindelof, John Evans. Those have to be there, followed by either Tyrell Malacia into the mix, Mazzara in there for you, meaning that in the system the manager is really going to be very, 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 very picky, because he needs to obviously have those players on. And I don't know, for a bench of 8 players, when you add on one goalkeeper, that means he has to be very, 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 very keen on really choosing who he brings on and who he doesn't obviously bring on. That is the manager for the club of Manchester United really having a very huge, tricky time in there. So, as it stands, the guy is back. That is none other than Lisandro Martinez, and he's going to be part of the squad. Now, for Yoro, the reason as to why he really never went to Ipswich, sorry about that, to Ipswich was simple. You get? It was very, very, very simple. You understand? It was very, very simple. And how simple was it? He got a setback. And they're like, we're not going to rush him because he's returning from a metatarsal injury. And you know what happened to Lisandro Martinez? You know, when he was forced on the pitch when he was forced on the field of play after that metatarsal injury, he really got a setback, and he really missed out for some good months until when he came back almost towards the end of the season. That is Lisandro Martinez. This time around, it's all about Lenny Yoro, and the manager has come out and really told us that Lenny Yoro is available for training, but we are working on his physical condition. It is important. He's a young man. It is a big club. The first image is very important, so we'll try to prepare him as best as possible because he's a great talent. We believe a lot in him. So the manager is like giving him time, and they don't want to rush him in here because they know what it is like to rush a talent like Lenny Yoro in such a situation. The club is big, and they're like, we need to obviously give him the flowers and the time as a player of Manchester United, and they don't need to obviously rush him back. So they are trying to see to it that all goes on well as planned, and they don't really see to it that a lot doesn't go into his way. I love Lenny Yoro, and let the physios do their job, and let's wait and see how that will obviously come out in the next coming time, if at all goes well as planned. So that is Lenny Yoro for you, and we all let you know that he's not far off from making his debut. By the way, most of us thought that Lenny Yoro was going to make his debut as United was going to be playing against Ipswich Town, but he really missed out onto that occasion. So we want to see these defenders back, because the more they really get back, the more we are 100% sure that all will go our way. Now, from that, let's see how these other players trained as United prepared for Bodo Glimt, a must-win for the club of Manchester United, because we know to it that we've played 4 games so far, 3 draws and 1 win. Those are 7 points, and we are really having 4 games to go. And if we can win all the remaining games, those will be 12 points. Plus the 7 will be 19, and I know we'll be in the top 8 teams that won't need to play any other, that won't play any other extra game in the playoffs. Remember, they take the top 8 to immediately to the quarter finals, and the next 16 will obviously go into what we call a playoff. And with these very many games coming in through, you don't like your team to obviously be getting an extra 2 games into this season. Now, Dallo, that is Diego Dallo for you, obviously arriving at the green turf. Kobe Mainoo, another one who is expected to obviously come and impress and really play a very huge part into the team of Manchester United today. And Tyrell Malacia, all smiles, part of the squad that played against Ipswich, but he never made it off the bench. We anticipate that the manager will obviously trust him this time round. Matthias de Ligt, Bruno Fernandes, laughing with Harry Maguire behind them. I don't know what was making them happy, but they were all smiles. Then Lisandro Martinez, that is Licha, the butcher of Manchester, in there, trying to obviously arrive and really smile on as he's really recovering and he's really ready for the job. Ericsson Christian played some 60 minutes as we are playing against, were they 60? I think they're even like 70, 75 as we played against Ipswich Town, and he was really taken off. Onana, the goalkeeper, trying to obviously do what he has to do, and this is none other than Atil Beindir, obviously training in there for you. Then Demotmi, another goalkeeper. Matthias de Ligt, Luke Shaw, looking on during the training session that really lasted for some hours before the players rested to prepare for today. And this is Godwill Konkuchi, 16-year-old defender, part of the team training that was at the Carrington. Rasmus Højlund looking on. Marcus Rashford in the mix. Harry Maguire in there for you. Garnacho Alejandro walking the other way. Then Konkuki, Mason Mount, obviously doing the due diligence in training sessions. Joshua Zexi in here, and this is Manuel Ugarte. And Anthony and Casemiro, obviously trying to obviously put in the Ricardo Sheffield together into that beautiful game. Then Amadi Diallo. I tell you, this guy is really having the world on his feet. This season is really going to be a season of really proving all people that really thought he couldn't do anything, and he's really having an assist in the only goal that we're going to hit to score under the Ruben Amorim era. Then Harry Maguire and Marcus Rashford, two players that are really hugely pumping in to obviously be under the first squad that the manager of England is really going to be calling up, And who is the manager? Thomas Tuchel. So they are really working tooth and nail to find themselves into good books with him, to see to it that they obviously take him, to see to it that they obviously make it to the squad. And that's going to be, I think, first match in that game. Bruno Fernandes, Alejandro Garnacho, all smiles and all happy during the training session at Carrington. Then this is Mazarawi, one of those that has gone ahead obviously excite me a lot amongst the signings that we brought on. He's really topping the list of the highly performing signings for Manchester United. So that is exactly what happened at Carrington. You see Manuel Ugarte, Bruno Fernandes, and Amadi Diallo, into that rendo. You get into that rendo, and you know what it happens when you see Amadi Diallo there, Kobe Mainoo, Dallo, Bruno Fernandes, Manuel Ugarte, press-resistant players, and I see even Casemiro was there. And I would love to obviously see what happened into that rendo, because touches were touches, as many of those rarely lose the ball. So that is the United team, and by the most of those might find themselves into the starting 11 of Manchester United today as we take on the side of Bodo Glimt today. Then Harry Maguire, Christian Eriksen, Marcus Rashford, obviously trying to do the needful as Lisandro Martinez peeps in with his boot to obviously get that ball there in action. So that's what United really was like during the training session that lasted for some hours, and the manager also later went ahead obviously addressed the media, and I've gone ahead obviously bring you what he talked about the club. But this fixture is really very important for Ruben Amorim. Very, very, very important, because he needs to win. We need to win, because the only way he's really gonna obviously take the pressure off himself is him winning this game. If he doesn't win, I tell you what, it's not gonna be the same. It's not gonna be business as usual. I tell you, it won't be business as usual for this man, because we need to see our team winning. We need to see our team really going places, and however much we're giving him time, these are the kind of games that the manager has to win to obviously ease the pressure off himself. If he doesn't win, then he will have found himself into a very bad position. As what is the manager of Everton? Everton manager, let me check here. Everton. Sean Dyche. Now, Sean Dyche is coming at Manchester United. Now, if we fail to win the game today, the confidence of these players will go down. And that's the situation where Sean Dyche wants to obviously find you in. I tell you, that's where Sean Dyche wants to find you in. That's the situation that Sean Dyche wants to find you in. And when Sean Dyche finds you in that situation when really frustrated, he'll be like, all right, let's take it like that. He will, because he'll park the bus and obviously try to hit you on the brake. He will come with telling his players, this team is frustrated. All what we have to do is let us frustrate them with attacking them in the first 5-6 minutes and see to it they obviously get a goal, And to send a message to Everton that we are good to go, we have to beat this team. Beat this team, go into the game of Everton with the spirits high. Let's also beat that side called, what's the name? Let's beat that side called Everton as we charge for the game of Arsenal. Arsenal is playing on Saturday, meaning they're obviously going to rest an extra day and they'll train Monday, Tuesday. But for United, I think we play on Sunday, Monday no training, Tuesday one training session, travel to London and see what the rest is really going to be like for the club of Manchester United. So guys, Thank you very much for watching through. I call upon for your reactions into Ruben Amorim confirms Lisandro Martinez is returned in all ahead of the encounter of Bodo Glimt. Yoro and Maguire are also into the mix. Now, take your shots at the story into the comment section below. We out.